Chapter 4 House and Garden. In the morning, Clifford liked to sleep. Phoebe worked in the store and Hannibal stayed with Clifford. In the afternoon, Hannibal worked in the store and Phoebe stayed with Clifford. Phoebe often took Clifford into the garden. They talked about the flower and she liked reading to him. He was happy there with his young cousin. 2-3 cousins were usually in the garden on Sunday afternoon. Holgrave and Miss Verner often came too. One day, Miss Verner said, "Miss Hannibal, I like meeting you here on Sunday. One day you can come and visit me in my house in the country." Miss Verner is always talking about this house in the country. Clifford says, "It's very, very small. We would all like the house in the country," Phoebe says. And Phoebe was right. They loved the garden. It was their place in the sun. But Phoebe and Clifford did not always go to the garden. Sometimes they went up to the room with a big window. It looked down on the street. They opened the window, and then Clark watched the street. People came and went. Children played their game, and Clifford was happy. All children came. He was afraid. One day Clifford said, "I can hear music." He moved near the window because he wanted to see. In the street, people walked to the music. "I'm going to walk this with them," Clifford took. He first walked on the open window, and he started to go out. Hannibal and Phoebe quickly stopped him. "Clifford, what are you doing?" Hannibal's face was white. Phoebe started to cry. "What's wrong with you?" Hannibal asked. "I don't know," Clifford said. "I want to be with people." Phoebe was friendly with Holgrave. He got interesting, and she often talked with him about her family. "How's Clifford?" Holgrave asked one day. He did not often see Clifford. "Is he happy?" "Children are sometimes unhappy," Phoebe says. "Clifford isn't happy too." "Why?" Holgrave asked. "I don't know," Phoebe answered. "I don't want to ask him about it." "Why are you asking?" "Because he is interesting," Holgrave answered. I want to know about the pigeon." "Do you know the story of the wizard's mouse and colony pigeon?" "Yes, I do," Phoebe answered. "Cousin Hannibal talked about it. We are an unhappy family because the wizard got us." Hannibal said, "What do you think?" "Hannibal is right," Holgrave says, "and colony pigeon is with us again." "Do you remember my picture? Was it the picture of colony pigeon or just?" "What are you saying?" Phoebe asked. "Are you sick?" "I'm sorry," Holgrave says. His face was red and he was quiet. Then he says, "I write a story. I have a story of the pigeon. Can I read it to you?" Phoebe smiled at her. "Yes, I would like that." Phoebe listened to a long story. It was about beautiful Alice pigeon. The mouth closed. Phoebe's eyes were heavy, and they started to close. Holgrave finished and looked at her. "Miss Phoebe," he said, "are you sleeping?" "Me? Sleeping?" Phoebe answered. "Of course not. I listened to your story. It was good." "It's a beautiful evening," Holgrave says, "and now I'm happy. Tomorrow, new day." "Yes, it is," Phoebe says, "but I'm not happy. Tomorrow I'm going to be to my mother's house, but only for a short time. My cousin needs me, and this is my home now." "You're right," Holgrave says. "They need you here." "Are you afraid?" Phoebe asked. "What are you thinking?" "I can't say," Holgrave answered, "but come back quickly. Goodbye, my friend." Phoebe went to her mother's house, and the house of the 7 Gables was dark again. Hannibal has a lot of work in the store, but she was unhappy, and her customers started to stay away. Clifford was unhappy because Phoebe was not there. He only wanted to stay in bed. It was a difficult time for them. One day, the pigeon came into the store. He smiled. "How do you do, Cousin Hannibal?" he said. "And how is Cousin Clifford? What do you need?" "Ask, and I can get it for you." "We don't need you," Hannibal answered. persuade Clifford, the judge asked. When is he going to meet his old friend? You cannot see him, she answered. He's in bed. Is he sick? The judge asked. I'm going to see him. Maybe he's dead. No, he isn't, she said. But you would like that, Cousin Gables, said the judge. You don't know me. I'm not a bad person. Clifford went to the prison, but now he's home. Be happy. Stop, Gables said. You never lost my brother, and you don't love him now. Clifford went to prison because you want it. Clifford is home again because I want it. The judge said quietly, but I'm a judge, and I can put him back in prison. Now, take me to Clifford. Cousin Gables, the judge said, do you remember the question about the pension land? Is it ours or not? Cousin Clifford has to answer. I want to ask him about it. You are wrong, Gables said. Take me to him, or I'm going to put him in prison again. The judge said. Gables looked at him. The hair on your head is white, and you can only think about money. Mouse is working on you. I'm going to get Clifford. You are wrong, but you can hear in front of him. They went from the store into the house. Gables was afraid for Clifford. But what can I do? She opened the door to his bedroom. Clifford, she called, but there was no answer. Where is he? I'm going to the police, she took. No, first I'm going to find the judge. She went back. Suddenly, Clifford was there. His face was very white. Gables, he said, now we can dance. Now we can play. Look. Gables went quickly into the room. There was Judge Pension, dead in his chair. What are you going to do? Gables asked. She looked at her brother. He had his coat on. Come, he said. The judge can have this old house. But Gables was afraid, but did not move. While you waiting, Clifford said, get your coat, get the money. Come, Gables. She started to move. What am I doing? She took. Be quick, Clifford said, or the dead can catch us. They went into the street. Clifford took his sister's hand, and they walked to the station. Get on the train, said Clifford. Which stop would you like? The ticket man asked. It's not important, Clifford answered. We like going on train. The man took his money, and Clifford started to talk to people on the train. Clifford, be quiet, Gables said. No, Clifford answered, for the first time in 30 years, and I can talk. I'm a new man.